y'all, welcome back. All right, this is going to be a message for the collective. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, what do you have for the collective? What's collective need to know and be made aware of? You all, thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. Yeah, thanks for being here. What do you have for the collective? What's collective need to know and be made aware of? Y'all, before I started the reading, I was trying to interpret what it is in regards to the body language that I was seeing from a particular person. But it felt like not even erratic energy, but, and no disrespect when I say this, but you know that this is a common term. But when someone has like crackhead tendencies, you know, you can kind of spot them from a mile away because everybody's on high alert because they already know, you know, what this person is all about before they even come on the scene. You know, that they're supporting a habit, so they can be very irrational. They can say and do crazy, like off the cuff sort of things. They can, you know, of course, do other things to help fund this habit by way of stealing, lying, you know, cheating. I mean, these are obvious things that come along with anyone who has a drug habit that they're trying to support. But I just felt like a lot of moving energy, like, but it's like not, you know, like normal movement, not anything, you know, that would be considered, you know, suspect. So we'll just keep that in mind as we go. But yeah. If I receive it, I'm going to share it with you because somebody needs to know this. All right, Spirit. Thank you. What do you have for the collective, Spirit? So people are losing their minds right now is what I just heard. I guess that's I don't mean I guess, but you know, that's probably just added clarification here. I'm going to move this Ace of Pentacles over here. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to disturb where the card fell. I'll just leave it as that. And then these cards loosely were in the deck. All right. So we probably have enough. Let me shuffle one more time, get bottom of the deck energy. But yeah, that's it. Whew. All right, y'all. Godly, I don't know where we're going with this. It seems to be all over the place. So maybe that's that crackhead movement. You know, they always joke about a crackhead doing a little shimmy or a little dance, just breaking out of nowhere with this, you know, this entertainment. But it's like a distraction, right? So here we are. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords reverse. So, you know, with the Five of Swords reverse or upright, either way, it still has to do with watching your back and obviously knowing what you're about to come against, like being ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready sort of energy. And, you know, in the reverse, it's like we're beyond that whole, you know, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. Like we're past that now because we're on high alert. So, you know, it's almost as if you know something's coming. So, you know, the swords is about the mind, the thought. So if this also has to do with like your intuition kicking in, like heavy about something or someone or a situation, definitely pay attention because it's not going to be anything that's going to be beneficial or helpful to you that is possibly trying to navigate, migrate over your way, you know, to your side of the street, because it seems like something that you have tried to keep at bay, you know, with this Five of Swords energy, because you already are hip to what's going on or who this person is or what's going on with them. So it's like, you know, you basically put your shields and your guards up, you know, and I could also look at this as, you know, your protection is in place because you've wisened up at this point. So that's the overall energy for the remainder of what we're about to get into. So shall we? All right. I'm going to kind of dig under this group of cards here because specifically I know that I believe these cards, well, actually that ace was here too. But let me save this particular group because these all came out at once, just about. along with this card as well. So I'll work my way here and then we'll move over to the right hand side. So, you know, it's great seeing this Ace of Pentacles out here. You know, that stands for, you know, a new opportunity that's just handed to you, but it's well deserved. You know, it's like the efforts, you know, have been put forth and, you know, you reach the completion of something prior to where this is a new start, a new beginning. And along with that new beginning, it's also going to be a new beginning in, you know, an area of finance, or it could be career, or just whatever means a lot to you. That's what that pentacle would represent. All right. But let's get under here and see what's happening in regards to this Ace of Pentacles. Now, this Eight of Swords was the first card to come out. It's in the reverse. So this means coming out of your own mental captivity, right? Whatever you thought was holding you. And mainly it was surrounding just your thoughts of, you know, I guess, how do you do this? How do you get through this? How am I going to, you know, do X, Y, Z? And I almost said pay bills. So if that has something to do with this, then, you know, maybe that was something that was creating a block to where you were just worried about, you know, what wasn't already there. And that's what had you in that Eight of Swords energy. But now you're out of it because, you know, I have to go back over to the bottom deck energy, especially since we're talking about swords here in both aspects. So if it had to do with anything of someone that you finally found out who they really were because they showed you not only once, but maybe twice now, 3 times they showed you, there may not be a total severance because I still feel like that energy is still around you to where you're like, I see you. I know who you are now. I have my confirmations. So now you're starting to free yourself by way of that intuition now kicking in. So there's that Devil card reverse. So the Devil card reverse, a major arcana, that speaks of toxic attachment. So the more I, you know, get into these cards, the clearer the story is becoming. So yeah, if this has to do with somebody that you're sharing a bed with, sharing a home with, a family member, anybody, a situation at work, it's now time to be released from that. All right. But if you were so caught up and worried before about how and whens and, you know, all that good stuff, it seems that now you're putting the picture together to where, you know what, I really need to realize, you know, exactly what's happening here, that I'm, you know, I've possibly been in denial, you know, with these swords here. And then that attachment, if, you know, it is what it is, that was, you know, deceit. So it was obvious that it changed your course of direction whenever this toxic energy entered itself in, or you allowed it in, not knowing, you know, because you, hindsight 2020, we're talking about previously, you weren't aware of, you know, different things, you know, how they manifest in your life by way of other people's energies attaching to you, and then their problems become your problems. And, you know, all that good stuff to where you're being held captive. But, you know, that's over. So we're past that now. We have the Seven of Wands here. So this is an actionable card. Somebody who is able to kind of keep their head above water. But it seems like, you know, it's still a challenge. It's still presenting itself as difficult. Because of these other wands, there's 6 wands pointing back up at that person holding the 7th wand. So if this had to do with holding down the fort, you know, because that's just the position that you played in this, then I feel an energy of kind of backing away from that. And if you're not backing, because it's like an extra responsibility here. You know, it's more on your plate than need be. And you're doing everything that you can to maintain. And possibly if you are, I wanted to say if you're protecting someone, it's a little too much, a little too late. The Hierophant reverse and the 7 of Pentacles reverse. Like this isn't your order. This isn't your duty to have to do this, because you know exactly who this person is and what they represent now. So there should be no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But at the same time, you know, if we are dealing with, you know, the devil card in reverse, demonic, toxic attachments, then you wonder why you fight so hard to stay on top or just to stay above the drama. And the Hierophant of, hold on just a second, because I need to get more understanding about the Hierophant reversed here, because that is also another major arcana, and it's right here with the Devil card, but they're both reversed. So that's some serious business here. So give me just a moment, because I want to make sure I'm clear. I mean, bottom line, we have good versus evil, but it's your, so with the Seven of Wands, it's almost as if you're taking the role of good, but it's not your duty, as I mentioned before, to be able to have to try to even play that role, because I don't want to say this and have it misinterpreted. But you know how you kind of stand in the gap for someone, but it's like they keep, you know, showing you who they are. They keep stabbing you, and you're still steady trying to, you know, make sure that they're fine and they don't fall, because you're there to catch them, Seven of Wands, every time. But at the same time, you're losing. Each time you do that, I feel like these Seven of Pentacles is always a missed sort of opportunity, that missed investment of when you thought that, okay, this is going to do it this time. Like, they're finally going to, you know, be healed. They're finally going to, you know what it is that they're doing and hurting others, and you know, just the whole sense of them going through some sort of rehabilitation on their own. They can't do it. It's not going to be done that way. And you standing in the gap like this, actually playing God's role, is not benefiting you or them. So I look at the Hierophant reversed as, you know, God, creator, source, however you want to, you know, refer to them. They've kind of stepped back. But with that intuition kicking in, and then you allowing yourself to be freed from the situation, which is what I hope is going to be the outcome of this, then you'll be free to move on and go help others. Because apparently this situation, this person, is not taking heed, and you're really, you know, I almost said you're ending yourself. And of course that would be prematurely. Like you're doing way more than what's required of you. Now, when I saw the Ace of Pentacles, I also thought of this as another life. And then when I got to the Seven of Pentacles, I was like, okay, all of those times, those efforts, that energy that was just kind of wasted. There's some sort of brand new beginning here with this Ace of Pentacles. So is this like a birth, a rebirth, however that manifests in the 3D realm, by way of a child that belongs to this person that you've been trying to help for so long? And, you know, a completion with that, and then a rebirth of, you know, a new opportunity here to be able to help out or help raise a child. And then that would make everything complete, because you know that all your efforts were not in vain here with this Ace of Pentacles. So I'm strongly feeling that kind of energy. So to put it plainly, this person, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the crackhead tendencies back in now that we have the cards out. So if this is someone that you've been trying to assist that has a habit, you know, a substance abuse habit, problem, And time 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 over again, you've been the one aiding this person. But this person's perhaps like deathly ill at this point. Like it doesn't look like they're going to, rehabilitate themselves because, I don't know if there's any third party influences here that are assisting with this, because I just feel like this is somebody who just refuses to get better or just acknowledge that, they can do better themselves. Like they don't want to. And if there is a child or a birth of a child coming, someone's with child, and unfortunately, if this person with the toxic behaviors that you're assisting happens to pass away, then here's the birth of a new life, and then also a new opportunity to be able to appreciate their life through this other life. Wow, that got really specific, y'all. And this isn't going to be for everybody. But somebody is out here. I guess I need a clarifier because I just picked up the deck. So let's grab a clarifier. Spirit, can you clarify the energies here so we can find out exactly before we move on, just for confirmation? What's happening here with this energy? Main female at the bottom of the deck. We have the thoughts card in reverse. So I look at this as you don't even have to wonder, because you're already hip, as I stated previously with the intuitive hits. You already know what's going on. So there's no point in, and I hate to say this, but there's no point in hoping that this situation can change. Like and with that Eight of Swords reverse, maybe that was the bondage, being held to the idea of this person changing. And then, the Five of Swords reverse is everything. That's bottom of the deck for all of this energy, to where, we're beyond being fooled by anyone when it comes to this person. I said we're because maybe you're not the only one. I mean, I would feel at this stage of how extreme this is, everybody knows. Y'all look at the sevens. I mean, they're not the best of sevens, but I just can't help but look at this idea of 7, and then 16 is 7. There's 7 again. We also have 5s here, 5 with the 5 of Swords, and then the Hierophant, but it's reverse. It's 5. Let's see what else is here. So we have the official person. So official person has to do with someone who is they wear a uniform, so that means that they are some sort of service person. They have the badges, the decorations, all of that to let you know that they definitely stand in some sort of authoritative figure, to where they can determine, what your next move in life is going to be based on, what they feel and what they want to do. That's the official person. So this could be, I just heard a lawyer. It could be, a police officer, the courts, a bailiff. So would that mean that this person possibly is going to be incarcerated or jailed? And if that's the case, then I would say it's probably for their own good at this point. No matter how much you have tried to avoid this happening. And I wanted to say again that, yeah, it looks like it's happening, because we have someone standing here. And I would want to say that this would be your, and this person that you're dealing with, hero. All right, let me, and main female at the bottom of the deck. So, if this is you, collective, just standing in the gap because, you put yourself second to someone else, being number 2. So So it could be male or female, but the idea of this is, you know, it really should be about you, but instead it's about this other person who's always prioritized, but never around. Or maybe they only come around, you know, when they need something or want to take something, or maybe you feel good to have them around because you know they're not in the streets, you know that they're safe, you know that they're not out driving drunk, you know that they're there with you so you can keep your eyes on them. Because that's something else that came up just now. All right, let me turn this card over. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands reverse. So, you know, this has to do with wanting some sort of victory, even though it's not like the best outcome of a victory. But in the reverse, it means not at all. That victory is not coming. So all of those efforts put forth to where you thought it would become some sort of mild celebration, it's not going to happen. So those efforts were thwart, if that's the word, because I was trying to put it together how it was presented to me, because that's not a word I would normally use at all. I don't even know how to even, you know, put that in a phrase. But when it comes to abort mission, or, you know, that's the word that came up. All right, y'all. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna start at the bottom. So the Three of Wands reverse is here. So this has to do with no longer looking toward expectations. So again, wands being efforts put in. So, you know, we have nothing but wands and swords out here pretty much, other than, you know, the Two Pentacles. But so this is no longer waiting for a prospect of something good coming your way, or just anything at all. Like even that energy that I mentioned of, you know, if they're home, at least you know that they're safe because you can actually see them and put your eyes on them, because most of the time they're probably gone and you don't know what in the world they're into. You don't know if they're, you know, unfortunately passed away or in a ditch somewhere or whatever. You don't know. But then this Three of Wands shows up to just confirm that, you know, just those waiting by the phone for it to ring, or, you know, that energy. You know, I just saw someone going out and riding in their car looking for someone, right? And never finding them. But then the person just kind of pops up at the door and it's like, oh my God, you know, I was worried sick. But I don't think, you know, that's ever ending. I don't think that that's just something that you get over. I feel like it's always that anxiety there of not knowing what happened to them. But that Three of Wands reverse is like, you know, just that. Not ever knowing. All right, I'm going to turn these cards over and see what is underneath this Three of Cups. But we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Wheel card, and we have the Hierophant, the High Priestess reverse. Goodness gracious. My stomach just got a little weak, y'all. Stomach just got a little weak. So this is someone going out and making these small little offers here with this Knight of Pentacles energy. Always looking for a come up here with the Wheel card, and they find it too. It's not like this person, you know, does not have luck in who they're able to connect with, get whatever they need from them, and move on to the next person. It's like a cycle. Look at the circles, the wheels. You know, it's never ending with this person. It's always going out to complete 10, some sort of task. And if this is like a revolving circle here, then that sounds like habitual. That sounds like maybe they're funding some sort of drug habit by way of whatever it is that they're offering, and they expect to get something in return. That's what that pentacle means. Here you go. Now, can I have what I come for? That High Priestess reverse is just this person not wisening up, not listening to their own intuition, possibly soon to get caught up in this cycle. And the High Priestess is here because they're here to let this person know that, hey, you might want to pump the brakes, or, you know, you missed your stop way back there. Why are you still doing this? Like, you know, you're supposed to get off like miles down the road there. So that means they're just not listening, not comprehending, not, you know, paying, maybe ignoring it. That they know what they're doing is going to wind them up, either, you know, unfortunately passed away or in jail. Those are the two things, right, that come along with drugs, right? They either say you're either gonna die or end up in jail. Is really no other option, you know? So that's where that came from. And the Three of Cups just has to do with celebrating. Somebody is in some sort of oblivion. This is all that they want to do, care to do, know to do at this point. Nothing else matters but doing this. The Three of Cups normally is like a happy occasion, celebrating with friends. But in this energy, with this High Priestess reverse, with all of this good stuff, they're able to get in the good graces of a lot of different people. Now, you might know this person is having a terrible drug habit. Maybe you don't, but just know that they really do. So if you were, you know, well, whoever, you know, well, the energy up here is like you're fully aware that something's off, that time and time again, it's something that they're getting in trouble about, that you have to come and rescue them. But if you didn't know that it had to do with drugs, maybe they were keeping a secret, it has everything to do with it. Everything. All right, y'all. I guess that's it. I don't feel the need to pull any more clarifiers, but just wisen up. Stop being played for a fool here. All right, hope this helps.